Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? So today we are going to be watching another episode of the Joe Budden podcast. It's a Joe Budden podcast exclusive from Patreon. So he has clips, he has full episodes that come up. This one's called Case Study. He names them. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about pretty much if you've never seen a successful relationship in your life and you try to get in a relationship, how do you make that work? How does one navigate something like that? How does it affect you? So if you guys like content like this, definitely like the video, comment, let me know if you guys like it or what other kind of content you guys want me to go over. I always say this, but it is important. And we have a giveaway going on at 100 subscribers. So if you guys get me to 100 subscribers, you guys could potentially win an Amazon gift card. So this could be the best chance you ever get to get this, because this will only increase as time goes on. So as far as the subscriber count, hopefully. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it now.
No, but again, like, yo, you say I miss my father. You know how many dudes never had a relationship with their father to say I miss him? My father died a year and a half ago. I ain't cry. I ain't feel nothing. That's real for a lot of niggas. Mm-hmm. So even when you talking about relationships and people having a relationship with their girl or their wife or they whatever, bro, we all coming from broken homes, a lot of us. And so you never saw a successful interaction between a father and a wife. You don't know what you're doing. You're learning on the fly. We knock black women all the time for the same shit. They really don't know what they're doing because they've never had a father in their household and saw their mother interact with their father. They never saw that. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same for us. Like I understand why a lot of them are really, really masculine, or they get the tag of being masculine because they saw their mothers have to be
yeah,
masculine, but because they have no father there.
Now there's a flip to that too, Ish. Like I use myself as an example. I grew up watching my moms argue with my stepfather, damn near every day, like every single day. I've seen my mom called the B word. That is the reason why I don't say the word, period. Gotcha. Y'all, no one can say, oh, you did say. No, I don't say it. But seeing that affected me the way I am in my current relationship.
Positive or negative.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So there's a flip to where it's like, I would tell Shorty all the time, yo, I'm not going to argue with you. Or if we argue, it's like, yo, I'm not arguing in front of the baby. I watch too much arguing.
Gotcha.
And I know what it did to me. Now, granted, she's only 18 months, but I know what it did to me.
Still.
Yeah.
Still.
I know what it did to me. I'm not putting that on her.
Gotcha.
Man, so this is a heavy topic, and I know it is going to be a sensitive one for a lot of people watching, whether you grew up in a family where you weren't able to get a relationship that you wanted with one of your parents. They didn't necessarily have the interest in you, or maybe they just didn't have the interest in each other that you always wanted them to have. So my parents are still together, but there were issues that I did deal with growing up similar to these. A lot of people that grow up in Spanish or Black cultures, they go through a lot of similar things as far as economically not necessarily having as much as other people that may be the majority in your area, or maybe not having as much as you see people have, or not having as easy a time as you see other people have, or your family telling you different dialogue depending on the police or whatever it may be. So like, I think watching a successful relationship definitely will help you cultivate your own successful relationship, but that doesn't mean that it necessarily needs to happen. So a successful relationship isn't just one that stays together. I do think that ultimately you need to stay together if you want to have a successful relationship. I don't understand how something can succeed if it fails. So a successful relationship, I think, absolutely needs it needs cooperation from both parties. It needs love from both parties. It needs understanding. And if you're not used to watching a couple kind of go through these things and kind of go through the motions of having to figure out, oh, this might have happened, are we going to stay together, are we going to split, have things changed between how we feel, or are they the same? I think most people sit down and they can't handle it. I think a lot of people leave just because it's easier. Easier in a way. It's easier just to escape your emotions and to not admit that you're wrong when you are wrong, and things along those lines. I do not think that's how people should act, but I do think that is how people act. It's easier for people. And if you grew up never seeing a relationship that lasted, it's going to be very hard for you to be in a relationship that lasts. And if you've only watched fickle, fake relationships that are stricken by money or stricken by, oh, I don't really care about this person, but it's convenient, so I'm going to stay. If you come across that too much, or you grow up watching only relationships like that, you're going to most likely be in relationships that harvest the same kind of emotions. This is a sensitive topic and all, but I think if you have no successful relationships in your life that you've ever watched, I don't understand how you're going to cultivate your own for a while. Without a lot of introspective thinking, a lot of outrospective thinking, you need to be able to look at the world in a different lens, because the lens that everyone looks through is the lens that they grew up in. So a lot of people might be able to pull away from their experience. Like me, I like to rely on logic oftentimes, but there are times when maybe my experiences might be a little bit important. Maybe the experiences that I've had haven't necessarily been true for everyone, but because they are so true for me, I think that's important. So let's continue with the video. They're going to be talking about topics similar to this. Of course, this is a short clip, but I do think this is an important topic. And if you guys have seen successful relationships like carry on, let me know how that affected you. And if you haven't seen any successful relationships, let me know how that affected you in your own relationships.
We got to figure out a way to resolve this without that and without it being in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
But so it does.
No, again,
there's a flip. It can affect
be
you
a
either way.
positive or negative effect. Some people, but again, what you're saying is you saw something, right? Mm-hmm. And you made a conscious choice to go left or right.
Correct.
What I'm talking about, niggas never seen a father in a household.
Yeah.
They
and
never
it goes back to what you said
had a
before.
father
Remember,
in the household.
they used to have to hide the father. You
get what I'm saying? Like, dog. So again, as a man, you never saw your father take charge.
Editing
You
on
never
the
saw
fly.
your father do certain shit, right? So you know, like from TV or from certain shit that this is supposed to happen, but you don't have no example. You don't have that. Like, yo, my uncles would go get my aunt's car on Saturdays, take my aunt to get her car washed, get the oil change, all of that shit for my aunt, because that's not shit that typical, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't, like, dog, niggas don't do that.
See, I do that shit. Like, but
Again,
it's more so.
I hear it.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but a lot of
I know,
dudes
I get it. A lot of dudes just don't even have the knowledge of knowing
dog, that's something you should be doing.
Yeah. Something you should do.
So again, like, I just think that all of that shit just ties back into what you was talking about with men and how we address men. You got to get to a certain level of maturity and security to just be like, yo, dog, I love you, my nigga. Like, I love you to another dude.
That's true.
Right? Without it feeling awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't got that in their 40s and 50s. You've been friends with a nigga for 35 years.
I will say this.
Absolutely
and it's just
true.
what I see.
Absolutely true.
Still, I'll talk to all the youngins and shit. These young niggas will tell each other.
The hood niggas will say it. Yes, they will. But you know what that come from?
Yeah, risking life every second of the day.
No.
Jail. When you go to jail, like my little cousins and them, they be like, yo, them niggas tell me they love me all day, every day. When you be calling from, like, yo, I love you. They the ones that I first heard just say that I love you, my nigga, I love you. They say that shit all the time when they calling from jail.
See, I wasn't even thinking about the niggas I see do it. And it could have come from jail.
That's what I learned. It.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's
all
wild.
my niggas say it.
With a lot of the young niggas that I
That's sad.
interact with,
You never been where?
Jail. I've been locked up. I never been to prison.
Same.
Like, I never did a bid or none of that.
Yeah, but you been to jail. You
No,
ain't been
but
to prison.
I'm saying, but I never spent weeks
like,
in jail. I'm coming home, nigga.
But I was saying a lot of the youngest,
No, that one night in Manhattan, you.
3 days in Manhattan. 2 days in Manhattan.
I know, it wasn't that same aggression.
Yes, it was. I knew I was coming home.
I didn't know when.
I knew I was coming home soon. I wasn't going to Rikers.
Soonish.
Thank God.
Yeah, them niggas in there like, yo, damn, son, they got Oh, they got the fish today with the mixed vegetables. Niggas knew the menu at the Tombs. Like, yo, what's today? Oh, dog. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't know nobody.
Bro, so okay, so I don't know if you guys have ever seen this show, but it's called 60 Days In. I started watching it a couple weeks ago, probably like a month and a half ago at this point, and I got so hooked, bro. I started watching the 5th season and the 6th season or something like that, and I went back and I'm in the middle of the 3rd season right now, but that show is addicting. When you watch that and you see how jail life is, man, it's like it's super intense. I have a cousin that's in prison for some stuff that I don't want to divulge, but yeah, I have a family member that's in prison, and I think about him a lot. I think about the condition that those people that they're in, the condition that they live in, what they have to go through, especially in like solitary confinement. And oftentimes, I feel like those paths were because they didn't have the proper leaders in front of them, or they didn't have the proper guidance, or sometimes they'd even have another path, or not. It isn't even all their fault all the time that they're in there. Sometimes they didn't even commit the crime, but you guys know how the system works. The system is constantly getting people. It's constantly eating people alive. So it's like it's a sad thing. It's a very sad thing. But if you guys like this kind of content, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and it will give you the opportunity to receive a gift card from me. So if you guys want to receive a gift card, you're only going to receive it from liking the video and being subscribed. So you guys need to get those likes and subscriptions up, please. I have 78 now. I want to send love to all those people. I appreciate you guys greatly, anyone that is subscribed. And we will get back with you guys later. Peace.